So hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you and welcome back once again to another class of PIB 247. In today's class, we are going to end the month of September 2024 by covering the fourth week of September from Press Information Bureau, that is PIB. So this is the last session for 2024 examination. This session is very beneficial for the people who are going to write phase 2 examination this year, right? This session is not at all meant for the 2025 people, and I have a news for the 2025 people that we are going to start regular classes from the month of November for the 2025 examination. And now, from now onwards, from then onwards, that is from the November 2024, the PIB will be made advanced by me, and it will be beneficial for all the government exams now, be it UPSC, be it state PSC, be it RBI, SEBI, NABARD, कोई भी एग्जाम अगर आप दे रहे हैं, PIB 247 is going to be helpful for every examination. Okay, चलिए, without taking any more time, let's start discussing the PIB 247 September 4th week 2024. चलिए, इसमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ है जिसके बारे में आपको अच्छे से पढ़ना है और बहुत अच्छे से चीज़ों को याद रखना है. सबसे पहला तो आपको पता ही है, इंपॉर्टेंट है बहुत ज़्यादा, PLFS की एनुअल रिपोर्ट आ गई है. इससे पहले एक फर्स्ट क्वार्टर की रिपोर्ट आई थी, वो हमने पढ़ी थी. एंड नाउ इट इज़ एन एनुअल रिपोर्ट फॉर द पीरियड ऑफ जुलाई 2023 टू जून 2024. जुलाई 2023 से जून 2024 तक की ही रिपोर्ट होती है जनरली पीरियोडिक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे की. और 23-24 के लिए ये हमारे सामने रिलीज कर दी है किसने? मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड प्रोग्राम इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. इट हैज बीन रिलीज बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड प्रोग्राम इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. एंड डू रिमेंबर द पीरियड एज वेल. मैं बार बार पीरियड के ऊपर फोकस इसलिए कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज पीरियड से भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. ठीक है. नाउ the periodic labor force survey tells us about the three things, that is LFPR, labor force participation rate, worker population ratio and unemployment ratio. ठीक है. तो तीनों की अगर हम बात करें, so for the, if I first of all talk about the labor force participation rate, if I talk about the labor force participation rate, then for the rural India, for male it is 80.2, for female it is 47.6, for combined it is 60.7. And I have a lot of time already told डेफिनेशन ऑफ LFPR, WPR एंड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट. अभी जब हमने क्वार्टरली वाला पढ़ा था तब भी हमने डिस्कस किया था, सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू रिपीट. अर्बन वाले जब हम 2025 के लिए करेंगे, देन वी विल बी स्टार्टिंग इट एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम फ्रेश, बट दिस सेशन इज ओनली फॉर 2024 phase 2 people, so that is why I am not going to repeat the basic things, right? Urban areas में for male it is 75.6, for female 28.0, combined 52. For all India, urban plus rural, male LFPR is 78.8, while females LFPR is 41.7. Combined, it is 60.1. Right? What about WPR? That is worker population ratio. For male in rural areas, it is 78.1. For female, 46.5. Combined, it is 62.1. In urban India, for male, worker population ratio is 72.3. Female 26. Combined 49.4. All India rural plus urban, male WPR is 76.3, female 40.3 and combined 58.2. Last but not the least, unemployment rate, very very important. Rural India के लिए male unemployment rate है 2.7, female का कम है 2.1, combined है 2.5. यानी कि male unemployment rate female और combined in the rural India दोनों में दोनों से ज़्यादा है. अर्बन मेल 4.4, फीमेल 7.1. सो इसका मतलब ये है अर्बन इंडिया में महिलाएं ज्यादा अनएम्प्लॉयड है एज कंपेयर टू द रूरल इंडिया, और कंबाइंड में 5.1. ऑल इंडिया मेल फीमेल कंबाइंड सब तीनों सेम है. ऑल इंडिया की अगर हम बात करेंगे, सो मेल और फीमेल का जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट है वो बराबर है. यानी कि जो डिफरेंस आया है अर्बन और रूरल एरियाज में फीमेल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट का, इसकी वजह से जो ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे फीमेल का अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट और मेल का अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट जो है वो इक्वल हो गया. ठीक है जी. So that's it about PLFS. Now let's talk about new program on poverty alleviation in urban areas. ठीक है जी. So basically Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, which is right now headed by Manohar Lal Khattar, the ex-Chief Minister of Haryana. So the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs recently organized a workshop on urban poverty alleviation, and during this workshop a new pilot program has been announced by the ministry on poverty alleviation. पॉवर्टी को एलिविएट करने के लिए अर्बन एरिया से एक नए प्रोग्राम की अनाउंसमेंट की गई बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स. अब ये जो नया प्रोग्राम होगा, इसमें होगा क्या? ठीक है, पायलट प्रोग्राम है, फुल फ्लेजेड प्रोग्राम जब इसका सक्सेस इंप्लीमेंटेशन होगा तब लॉन्च करेंगे ये लोग। तो पायलट प्रोग्राम में इट विल ब्रेक द this program will break the cycle of poverty by providing financial assistance to the poor, by providing social protection to the poor, by providing access to credit for micro enterprises, and fostering innovation and collaboration. All right. Now remember, the duration for this pilot project will be for the period of 3 months, and it has already started from 1st of October 2024. Right. And do remember, since it is a pilot project, so it will not be implemented across the country. It will be implemented in just 25 diverse cities, जहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियल हब्स है, माइग्रेंट सेंटर्स हैं, एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं, कुछ पोर्ट सिटी, right? And the targeted groups for alleviation of poverty under this pilot program will be construction workers, gig workers, waste workers, care workers, domestic workers, transportation workers, who often face occupational, social, and residential vulnerability. ये वो कैटेगरी के वर्कर्स हैं जिनके पास किसी ना किसी तरीके की जिनको किसी ना किसी तरीके की वल्नरेबिलिटी का सामना करना पड़ता है। ठीक है कि नहीं? ठीक है, चलिए। Next is final estimate of major agricultural crops for 2023-24. Very, very important news both for RBI and NABARD. So the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has finally released the final estimates of major agricultural crops for the year 23-24. So now इसमें आपको क्या क्या याद रखना है मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. First of all, you need to remember how much is the total food grain production estimated. It is 3322.98 lakh metric tons, and it is a record production. Will be a record production. ठीक है, तो टोटल वाला याद रखना है, और प्लस within the crops you need to remember the numbers for those crops for which we will have the record production. For example, for rice we will have the record production. We have estimated the record production. It is not a set. It is not confirmed. These are just the estimates. Right? तो राइस के लिए 1378.25 लाख मेट्रिक टन, वीट के लिए भी रिकॉर्ड प्रोडक्शन एस्टिमेट की गई है. फॉर वीट आल्सो वी हैव एस्टिमेटेड रिकॉर्ड प्रोडक्शन ऑफ 1132.92 लाख मेट्रिक टन्स. ठीक है, देन टोटल ऑयल सीड्स इट इज 396.69 lakh metric ton. For rapeseed and mustard, we have estimated, we have projected the record production of 132.59 lakh metric tons. ठीक है, इसके अलावा you need to remember for sugar cane 4531.58 lakh metric tons, cotton 325.22 lakh bales of 170 kgs each, and jute and mesta of 96.92 lakh bales of 180 kgs each. ठीक है, सारे नंबर्स याद नहीं करने हैं, जो मैंने आपको बस अभी बताए हैं सिर्फ वो आपको याद रखना है. एंड इनको भी याद कैसे करोगे, बार बार पढ़ते रहो तो यू विल बी एबल टू रिमेंबर. देयर इज नो नीड टू वरी. Now the National Health Account estimates have been released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for 2 financial year, that is for financial year 2021 and 21-22. Data release करने में हम थोड़ा सा पीछे रहते हैं हमेशा, ठीक है, that's fine, that's how country is going on. So these are the 8th and 9th series. For 2020-2021 is the 8th edition in the series of reports annually, and for 21-22 it is the 9th in the series of reports. ठीक है, एंड व्हाट आर दीज एक्चुअली नेशनल हेल्थ अकाउंट्स एस्टिमेट. ठीक है, और ये जो नेशनल हेल्थ अकाउंट्स एस्टिमेट्स है, दीज आर ग्लोबली, दीज आर एक्चुअली बेस्ड ऑन अ फ्रेमवर्क व्हिच इज सिस्टम ऑफ हेल्थ अकाउंट्स, a system of health accounts 2011, which facilitates inter-country comparison, right? And it provides us a description of the financial flows in India's health system by different sources. Like for example, how the money is spent, how healthcare is provided, and what are the nature and what is actually the nature of healthcare services which are being provided. For example, primary healthcare ज़्यादा दी जा रही है, secondary healthcare service ज़्यादा दी जा रही है, tertiary ज़्यादा दी जा रही है, वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है, now let's talk about the key findings. Number 1, government health expenditure. So the share in the government health expenditure in country's overall GDP, it has shown steady growth. It was 1.13 in 2014-15 and it is now only 1.84% in 21-22. So there is not much increase. So सरकार का पैसा जो है with respect to GDP, तो सरकार का हेल्थ एक्सपेंडिचर है वो उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, वो स्टेडीली ग्रोथ हो रहा है. ठीक है, द शेयर ऑफ गवर्नमेंट हेल्थ एक्सपेंडिचर in the terms of general government expenditure. What is meant by general government expenditure? When we combined the state governments and central government. and that is become general government. Okay, so the general government का expenditure है, that has increased from 3.94% to 6.12%. ठीक है. Now the next is per capita government health expenditure. This is important to be remembered. So it was 1108 in 2014-15 and it is now 3169 in 21-22. There has been a reduction in the out of pocket expenditure, right? जो हमारा out of pocket expenditure है with respect to health, उसमें कमी आई है definitely. And the share of government health expenditure in the total health expenditure of the country increased from 29% to 48% 21-22. ठीक है. And the share of out of pocket expenditure in total health expenditure has declined significantly from 62.6% in 2014-15 to just 39.4% in 21-22. These all numbers are very very important. You need to remember it. एक social जो है डायरेक्टली आपसे एग्जाम में पूछा जा सकता है विदाउट एनी डाउट. ठीक है. एंड सोशल सिक्योरिटी एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन हेल्थ की बात करें तो there has been an increase in the social expenditure, social security expenditure on healthcare, and it definitely plays a critical role in reducing the out of pocket expenditure of the general public. Okay, the share of social security expenditure, which includes government funded health insurance, medical reimbursement for government employees, and social health insurance program in total health expenditure has increased from 5.7 to 8.7. दैट इज वाई आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंडिचर जो है वो कम हो रहा है, क्योंकि जब अगर हम इंश्योरेंस करा लेंगे तो इंश्योरेंस के थ्रू हमारी जो मेडिक्लेम है या हमारा जो इलाज है वो हो जाएगा. आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंडिचर जो है वो थोड़ा सा कम होगा डेफिनेटली. ठीक है. चलिए, तो इंडिया बिकम्स थर्ड मोस्ट पावरफुल नेशन इन एशिया. भारत जो है अब दुनिया का तीसरा सबसे ज्यादा ताकतवर, नॉट दुनिया का, एशिया का तीसरा सबसे ज्यादा ताकतवर देश बन चुका है आफ्टर सरपासिंग जापान. ठीक है. सो इंडिया हैज सरपास जापान टू बिकम द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट पावर इन द एशिया पावर इंडेक्स, रिफ्लेक्टिंग इट्स इंक्रीजिंग जियोपॉलिटिकल स्टैचर. ठीक है. Now talking in brief about Asia Power Index, so it is released every year by Lowy Institute since 2018. It measures power dynamics in the Asia Pacific region, right, for 27 countries for the same region. Okay. The power in the index is based on two determinants. Number one, resource based determinants, and number two, influence based determinants. मतलब किस कंट्री के पास कितने रिसोर्सेज है और कौन सी कंट्री कितना इन्फ्लुएंसिंग है ऑन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड. तो रिसोर्स बेस्ड डिटर्मिनेंट्स में क्या क्या डिटर्मिनेंट्स है? इकोनॉमिक कैपेबिलिटी क्या है किसी कंट्री की, मिलिट्री कैपेबिलिटी क्या है, रेजिलियंस एंड फ्यूचर रिसोर्सेज, हाउ मच फ्यूचर रिसोर्सेज दैट कंट्री हैज. इन्फ्लुएंस बेस्ड डिटर्मिनेंट्स में इकोनॉमिक रिलेशनशिप्स, डिफेंस नेटवर्क्स, डिप्लोमैटिक इन्फ्लुएंस, कल्चरल इन्फ्लुएंस. किस तरीके का इन्फ्लुएंस उस कंट्री ने पूरी दुनिया के ऊपर, या इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस इंडेक्स particularly in the Asia Pacific region, what is the influence of that particular country. ठीक है. Now top 10 की अगर हम बात करें, so super powers are two, USA and China with a score of 81.7 and 72.7 respectively. India is considered as the middle power and rest of the 8 countries are also considered as the middle power. India has a score of 39.1. So do remember the scores of the top two, US, China and India. ठीक है. And remember, for the very first time, Timor-Leste was introduced in this particular index. Okay. Now the next news is minimum wage rates for workers. So minimum wage rates of worker have been revised by revising the variable dearness allowance by the Ministry of Labour and Employment, and it is done 2 times in a year. ठीक है. ये साल में 2 बार किया जाता है, एक बार अप्रैल के आसपास और एक बार अक्टूबर के आसपास. एंड जो भी फीचर होता है, जो भी अपडेशंस होते हैं वो 1 अप्रैल और 1 अक्टूबर से इफेक्टिव हो जाते हैं. ठीक है. तो मिनिमम वेज रेट्स आर कैटेगराइज्ड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बेस्ड ऑन स्किल लेवल्स, लाइक अनस्किल्ड के लिए अलग है, सेमी स्किल्ड के लिए अलग है, स्किल्ड के लिए अलग है एंड हाईली स्किल्ड के लिए अलग है. एंड दैट टू बेस्ड ऑन द ज्योग्राफिकल रीजन विच इज कैटेगराइज्ड इनटू 3 पार्ट्स, दैट इज A, B and C. राइट. Now revised wage rates की बात करें, and the wage rates have been revised for the area A. So what is the description of area A, B and C? That is not important for us, so let us not get into that. ठीक है. Unskilled work 783 a day, which becomes 2358 per month. Semi-skilled 868 per day. Skilled clerical and watch without arms. वॉच एंड वॉच विदाउट आर्म्स का मतलब जो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड सोसाइटी वगैरह में होते हैं बिना हथियार के, वो हो गए वॉच एंड वॉच विदाउट आर्म. इन लोगों के लिए है 954 पर डे. हाईली स्किल्ड एंड वॉच विद आर्म्स. वॉच एंड वॉर्ड विद आर्म्स का मतलब द पीपल विद सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स विद आर्म्स. फॉर एग्जांपल द सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स विच आर हु आर डिप्लॉयड इन द बैंक्स, ठीक है, और या फिर किसी गवर्नमेंट बिल्डिंग के बाहर, तो उनके लिए जो है 1035 पर डे, 1035 पर डे, ठीक है. And as I already told you, the new wage rates will take effect from 1st of October 2024. And now, an MOU has been signed between the Ministry of Labour and Employment and Amazon. Now, this MOU has been signed for creating a more inclusive workforce by empowering individuals from diverse backgrounds. The duration of this MOU will be for the period of 2 years. And in this MOU, right, in the effective implementation of this MOU, the Ministry of Labour and Employment will leverage the National Career Service Portal by enhancing the employment accessibility in India. ठीक है, so basically इसका जो काम है इस MOU का, इस काम यही है, employment accessibility को बढ़ावा देना by using the National Career Service Portal of Ministry of Labour and Employment. ठीक है, it also involves organizing job fairs at model career centers where job seekers will have the opportunity to interact directly with Amazon's recruitment team. ठीक है जी. Right, Paryatan Mitra and Paryatan Didi, a national responsible tourism initiative, has been launched by the Ministry of Tourism. Okay, so it is a national responsible tourism initiative by the name of Paryatan Mitra and Paryatan Didi. It has been launched by the Ministry of Tourism on the occasion of World Tourism Day, which is observed every year on 27th of September. All right, and this will enable tourism as a vehicle for social inclusion, for employment, and for economic progress. Right. Now, talking about this initiative, so the major objective of this initiative is to enhance the overall experience, elevate the overall experience for tourist destinations by having them meet tourist-friendly people. And this project has been launched in 6 tourist destinations in a pilot mode. These are Orcha in Madhya Pradesh, Gandikota in Andhra Pradesh, Bodh Gaya in Bihar, Aizawl in Mizoram, Jodhpur of Rajasthan, and Sri Vijayapuram of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Right? Training and awareness program will also be conducted on the importance of tourism, general cleanliness, safety, sustainability, etc. Right? The next news is Anna Darpan, which is related to Food Corporation of India, FCI. They related है जी FCI से directly. So FCI is transforming supply chain management system through Anna Darpan initiative, and through Anna Darpan, FCI will modernize its existing supply chain management system, which is currently known as PIB online system. Okay. Now, Anna Darpan has been designed to streamline and enhance the entire supply chain operations and services at different levels like mandis, mills, depots, right? And not only at mandis, mills, and depots levels, but also as the divisional, regional, zonal, and at headquarters level. Okay. And this transformation is basically IT supported, and for this FCI has engaged with Coforge Limited as the system integrator. ठीक है, अन्ना दर्पण एक IT बेस्ड सिस्टम है जिसकी मदद से FCI अपने सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम सुधारेगा एट ऑल लेवल्स, और उसके लिए उसने कोफोर्ज लिमिटेड के साथ पार्टनरशिप करा है. दैट्स द होल न्यूज. ओके, सारथी 1.0. सारथी 1.0 ये क्या है जी? तो ये लॉन्च किया है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सोशल जस्टिस एंड एम्पावरमेंट. इट हैज बीन लॉन्च बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सोशल जस्टिस एंड एम्पावरमेंट, एंड बेसिकली an MOU has been signed between Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and NALSA. What is NALSA? National Legal Services Authority. And under this MOU, NALSA and the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment will spread public awareness about various acts, schemes, and rules of the department so that the benefit of these acts, rules, and schemes shall reach the required beneficiaries. And this will be done through Sarthi 1.0 initiative. Okay, I hope it is clear, and it is the news. The targeted group are SCs, OBCs, senior citizens, transgender person, victim of alcoholism and substance abuse, persons engaged in the act of begging, denotified nomadic tribes वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है, and it is in line with the United Nations 2030 agenda for sustainable development, particularly the goals focused on eradicating poverty, reducing inequality, and promoting social protection policies. Okay. Now the next news is Cruise Bharat Mission. What is it? Cruise Bharat Mission क्या है भाई? Cruise Bharat Mission को लॉन्च किया है Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways ने. Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways has recently launched the Cruise Bharat Mission from the Mumbai port. ठीक है, अब ये क्या है? Cruise Bharat Mission है, which means we will be focusing on the cruise tourism, of course, and that is the objective of this particular scheme. And the objective is to propel country's cruise tourism industry by doubling cruise passenger traffic within the 5 years, that is by the end of financial year 2028-29, right? And one more objective is to make India a global hub for cruise tourism, and promote country as the leading global cruise destination. Okay, it will be implemented from 1st of October 2024 up to 31st March 2029 in the phase 1. In the phase 1, the Cruise Bharat Mission will focus on conducting studies, master planning, and forming cruise alliances with the neighboring countries. While in the second phase, that is from 25 to 27, new cruise terminals, marinas, and destinations shall be developed. New cruise terminals, marinas, and destinations shall be developed. And in the phase 3, we will be focusing on integrating all cruise circuits across the Indian subcontinent, thereby giving a boost to the cruise tourism. Okay. Targets important है इसके, increasing sea cruise passengers from 0.5 million in phase 1 to 1 million by phase 3, right? River cruise passengers will grow from 0.5 million to 1.5 million from phase 1 to phase 3. Number of international cruise terminals will expand from 2 in phase 1 to 10 by phase 3, while river cruise terminals will increase from 50 to 100. Okay. Marinas will grow from 1 to 5, and employment generated will rise from 0.1 million to 0.4 million by the final phase. Okay. And there are 5 strategic pillars of the mission. You need not go into the details, just the headings are enough. Sustainable infrastructure and capital pillar, operations including technology enabled pillar, cruise promotion and circuit integration pillar, regulatory, fiscal and financial policy pillar, capacity building and economic research pillar, and that is pillar number 5. Okay. Alright guys, and last news for today. आज जो 4th वीक है उसमें क्वेश्चंस इन शॉर्ट्स ज़्यादा हैं और न्यूज़ हमारी जो है थोड़ी सी कम है, बट ठीक है, अच्छी बात है ये तो. बट ये जो लास्ट न्यूज़ है, इट इज़ नॉट द लीस्ट. एनुअल सर्वे ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज रिजल्ट्स फॉर 22-23 has been released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSPI. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले तो क्या क्या कौन कौन सी इंडस्ट्री ये कवर करता है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, एज द नेम सेज, annual survey of industries, which means it is a survey of industries which gives us an insight into the dynamics or change in the composition, growth, and structure of various manufacturing industries in the terms of output, value added, employment generated, exports, imports, whatever variable related to industries or the manufacturing sector, उस वेरिएबल के बारे में हमें ये सर्वे जानकारी देता है. ठीक है. Now, what type of factories are covered? Factories registered under Section 2M 1 and 2 of Factories Act. BD and cigar manufacturing establishment under BD and cigar workers Act. Electricity undertakings not registered with Central Electricity Authority, and units with 100 or more employees registered in the business register of establishment maintained by the state. ठीक है, जो इसका सर्वे था वो कैरी हुआ था, वो किया गया था नवंबर 23 से जून 2024 के बीच में. एंड रिमेंबर, इट इज फॉर फाइनेंशियल ईयर 22-23. ठीक है, याद रखेंगे इस चीज को. नाउ व्हाट आर द की हाइलाइट्स? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, देयर इज अ ग्रोथ इन ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड. इट हैज grown by 7.3% in current prices during 22-23 compared to 21-22. Inputs increased by 24.4% and it led to an increase in output by 21.5%. Okay? And what are the key drivers of growth? So the annual survey of industries highlights that the key drivers of the growth are manufacturing of basic metal, coke and refined petroleum products, food products, chemical and chemical products, and motor vehicles. right? These industries collectively contributed 58% of the total output of the sector, with output growing by 24.5%, GVA by 2.6% compared to 21-22. Alright, employment and wages की अगर हम बात करते हैं, so the estimated number of persons who are engaged in the manufacturing sector, it has surpassed the pre-pandemic level, and now the number is 22.14 lakh. The total number of people who are engaged in the manufacturing sector is 22.14 lakh, and it has surpassed the pre-pandemic level. Okay? And average emoluments per person has also been increased by 6.3% as compared to the previous annual survey of industry of 21-22. Right? और top states की अगर हम बात कर लें तो महाराष्ट्र has been ranked number 1 in the terms of gross value added, followed by Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Uttar Pradesh. And together, these 5 states contributed more than 54% of the manufacturing GVA in 22-23, and that is the very major problem of India's manufacturing sector, the uneven distribution of the factories and the industries across the country. कहीं पे है तो अब ये 5 देश हैं जो more than 50% मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं. So we have 36 states and UT. बाकी 31 states और UTs मिला के less than 50% कर. It is a very important issue. We need to distribute the resources in a way कि हमारे जितने भी देश, जितने भी स्टेट्स और यूटीज हैं, वो सब इक्वली मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में कंट्रीब्यूशन करें. ठीक है जी. In terms of employment, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, UP, and Karnataka were the top 5 states, contributing 55% of total manufacturing employment in the country in the previous financial year of 22-23. ठीक है. इसके बाद है guys other important question, and as I already told you, other important questions are more in number than the news today. I hope ये आपको खुद ही पढ़ना है, आपको ये बात पता है. And that's it for the session today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the class. I hope you guys have learned something from it, and I wish you all the best for the phase 2 examination. जितना जो भी आपने कर लिया है, that is more than enough. Have faith on yourself, and जो भी बचा हुआ time है, just on revising in it. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Take care, and God bless.